guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about a crazy winter storm that could be hitting Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and maybe even parts of Kentucky. It's going to be a crazy ice storm that is supposed to be coming through and really just hitting a lot of the major areas and cities. This is not accurate drawing at all. Hold on, let me fix that really quick. So the ice will mainly be around here, and then it'll kind of do its own little thing there. So we also have a chance of heavy snow, which will be around here. And people are saying that this winter storm could continue onto the East Coast and keep going, which I'll show you that in a second here. The National Weather Service has issued a few winter storm watches throughout Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. We also have a few areas with, snow, freezing rain, and, just a lot of crazy weather stuff going on. But Dallas is supposed to get hit with some pretty interesting storms. So they're supposed to have like a wintry mix, and they just keep going for wintry mix. Sorry guys, my throat kind of hurts. The temperatures are supposed to go crazy low. The feel like temperatures for close to Houston are supposed to be around 10 to 12 degrees. Feel like sorry guys. And yeah, we're just gonna have a crazy event. This will be people are saying that this is probably going to be one of the worst winter storms we've had since 2021. And this one, I feel like this one definitely has a chance. Let's look at Houston. It's very cold temperatures ahead. Oh, they took it away. It's kind of angry. So 15 degrees or lower. You can see, Houston is definitely in that. 32 degrees or lower. Oh, 100%, yeah. So temperatures are just gonna really drop. And they're gonna be, this is the wind chill in 8 degrees for College Station. The coldest temperatures are going to be 8 degrees through, 20 degrees for the feel like. So that'll be very, very, very cold thing. Okay, so this is what this thing is. It says an Arctic front will be moving through the region on Friday, bringing freezing temperatures to all southeast Texas through early next week. Residential moisture behind the front will create favorable conditions for widespread winter precipitation or preparation. Likely freezing rain Friday night into Sunday night. Highest potential for significant ice accumulation and damage to tree power lines along the Columbus and Conroe to Cleveland. I almost said that wrong. But we don't know. So that's what they know. This is what we don't know. The exact timing or location of the amounts of the freezing rain / sleet, how far south freezing lines set up, severity of mixed preparation impacts, and duration of sub-freezing temperatures. So that's stuff they do not know at the moment. This winter weather watch has been issued. There's a few, so some of them will say snow, sleet, and ice are likely. Some will say this one for Louisiana and parts of Texas says, I just saw it. Expect power outages and tree damage due to ice travel, and ended up freezing. So it's supposed to rain and then refreeze. Heavy accumulations of snow winter mix are likely across this entire area. So Houston will be put in a winter weather watch later in the week, probably Wednesday, which is tomorrow, or a little bit maybe Thursday. Thursday they will issue one, but all of this area will probably be in a winter weather warning. So anywhere really in Oklahoma, just this big area will probably be in some kind of a winter watch advisory or warning. Houston, South Georgia, well, all these southern states right here probably don't have as high as a chance, but they have a chance. It's just not that high. Florida won't get anything. Georgia will get some stuff up north. Same with Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Sorry, this thing is stuck in my throat. Anyway, so just a bunch of crazy weather. I forgot to do one thing. Prediction center. There we go. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be looking at... Where'd it go? This is odd. Hold on. Okay, so I had to do a few things here and there. This is still not working. Oh my gosh, I forgot to... of course I forgot to do that. The only thing I needed to do. Okay, so this is... They're starting to finally put out some of the, impact areas, which is nice. For some reason it kind of... I don't really know why this is here. Blowing snow. There shouldn't be any for Texas. Oh, there's a little bit for Oklahoma City. Ice accumulation. Obviously, that'll be all over the place. Okay, snow amount will be the main concern, I guess. I don't really know much right now. This is not what I wanted. Give me just a second, you guys. Yep, there we go. Okay, this goes a lot further out. We'll say ice accumulation, because that's our main thing that we're worried about here. Okay, so it really does, try to impact a lot of these areas. Now this will change. So Houston, it's not in that area, but I mean my area is. I'm not gonna obviously tell you where I live, but the main area is definitely, or big area is definitely in red. Everybody has the potential, so this will shift. It's shifted a lot actually, but the minor impacts are just all over the place. Overall winter area, yeah, just literally all over. I mean, holy crap. And it stays there for a while, and actually it gets slightly worse, the more south you go, in this little thingy here. I just think it's crazy that it's this big. I mean, it's from coast to coast. Not coast. Oh my gosh, I sounded really dumb right there. Not coast. From Mexico all the way to the East Coast, which is pretty long. Here's the blowing snow. That's not... Oh my gosh. Excuse me. So our worst part of the snow accumulation will probably be between... Oof, man. Friday through Monday, honestly. I mean, it's pretty... it's pretty strong. I mean... I don't know. I mean, minor impacts... Oh, yeah. Moderate impacts... not as high of a chance. I mean, it's there, but it's not that high of a chance. Major... Absolutely nothing. So moderate impacts are possible, but I'm not going to say that it will be possible. Ice accumulation, let's see what the worst time is. We'll say there. Moderate, pretty high. Major. Nothing. It's interesting. So minor is going to be the worst showing one, because it's kind of like the least worst part of it. So it's still bad because for, especially to South Texas, we're not necessarily prepared for a strong winter storm, since 2021. Like power lines are not very suited for any of this stuff, so power lines could be knocked down because of all this, ice accumulation. Hold on. Okay, so I had to get a few things here. So obviously our main areas will be in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, parts of Arkansas. Will be for ice. Now I'm gonna change the... Oh my gosh, I forgot it does this crap. Oh my... Oof. So yeah, I mean, pretty heavy impacts. It does slowly but surely move down south. For all these areas that is not south. So we're really just gonna have to kind of see. But this right here kind of goes north and then goes to the east coast. But Florida will not be really that affected except for here. Where is this actually? Yeah, so there's not very much of a high effect for Florida. Yeah, it stays pretty low throughout the whole thing. And these storm impacts could last like a couple days, and power could be out for about a day or two. So we really just have to, you know, watch out for this kind of stuff. So definitely pretty interesting. Let's look at the weather models really quick. So we're gonna look at GFS. They just had an update which kind of changed everything. So this will be kind of new. So as it's moving through, it's loaded. What? Sorry guys, this thing does not like to work sometimes. Let me load up Weather Bell. No Weather Bell. You have to pay for Weather Bell now. Models, there we go. Okay, so weather models. This is a completely different app, so these will both be GFS. So let me go back to this. Okay, so this one shows. I'm gonna kind of do this by day. Okay, so earlier a couple weather models earlier before this showed a completely different beginning setup. There was a little bit of snow accumulation here, but no ice yet. But this new model run is now showing ice, snow, in little spots, which these are not going to be accurate. And as we run it through just an hour later, it's still Friday, and we already have a pretty strong ice accumulation area or storm. So a lot of sleet and then a little bit of freezing rain. So let's keep this model going. So here it gets widespread because this cold front is moving. Well, Arctic blast, I should say, is moving down pretty quick. It's moving down south. I should put a picture right there, and you can really tell that it's really starting to push down. And this is at night, by the way. This is at 12 a.m. on a Saturday, so this isn't Friday anymore. And it's really just pushing down. But at the same time, it's also moving this way. So this will kind of keep forming from like here and like maybe parts of here. But this moisture is also helping. A lot of this storm growth or ice storm that could be happening earlier and earlier, than expected. This is forming earlier than the models were showing earlier because, weather models change. And in this case scenario, we have a very strong high, which is pushing everything down, including this Arctic blast, which is way over here. And, there's not really much of a ridge right here anymore. I mean, there's a little bit, we got, two little lows right there. And this low is actually probably helping this storm right here. So this low will be kind of controlling this storm. So you can kind of see everything's kind of wrapping around right there. But this low, I'm pretty sure, disappears. And this storm kind of is its own thing. So this will continue moving this way. And we also have... Oh, gosh dang it. Hold on. Sorry about that. We also have a decent snow accumulation area for Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. And then this snow accumulation could obviously go down a bit more south than this model is showing. And then this will probably be sleet, freezing rain and sleet. And then, over here, obviously all of this is ice and snow will be more up north. But as I run this model through, you can see that parts of Texas really gets more of that snow, across the big line. So the Panhandle will be kind of out of this storm, but we'll be showing you snow totals soon as well. So it'll just keep going through, and it kind of anticipates slow and fast because the storm lasts a while. I mean, it's a 2-day storm, and you know, my area is supposed to get impacted twice with a little bit of snow possibly behind it. So you definitely have to keep up with this storm, especially. And this storm isn't just going to affect, you know, Oklahoma or Texas, Louisiana or Arkansas. No. It's gonna affect over 100 million people, you know, throughout the entire United States. You know, from the Mexico border all the way to the East Coast, which is super far. You know, hundreds of millions of people could be getting impacted by this storm specifically. And it's not even, you know, the actual storm itself. It's also the temperatures, which are going to be very catastrophic. We already have warnings in place for right here. And then we have some advisories here for that snowstorm. Now, this is a pretty cold area. This is all the negative temperatures. So this will be negatives, and this will be positive. And you could really tell that this Arctic blast is just really pushing through. And there's a bit of a ridge here, but it's not that crazy. And you can tell that, you know, the jet stream is really dipped. So, I mean, that's just that's just crazy. And you know, I mean, you can kind of see it right there. This looks like 2 jet streams. Hold on, this does not look right. There we go. This looks a little bit better now. So, I mean, you can tell, I mean, it really dips, and then it kind of, like, disappears for a little bit. And then it, you know, starts to kind of come back. Now, this is just surface winds. I don't really think this is actually the shear. The shear is actually on here somewhere. I know that says shear, but I don't think that's it. I guess we'll use this one. Oof, jeez, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is the day of the winter storm, and you can tell, I mean, it's just a lot of craziness up there. If this was severe thunderstorm season, this would be a crazy active storm. You can tell, I mean, it's a really messy setup. It's just all over the place. And I don't know much about shear, but I know if it dips, it usually brings some of that temperature with it. So there's not much of a necessarily sheer area at the moment. But anyway, besides that, as this is pushing down south, this is going to have a pretty not straight, but like pretty strong line where the warm and the cold is going to be. And, I mean, all this cold is just really, really dipping in there. I mean, it'll push all this warm out, you know, into the Gulf. I mean, I'm sure it'll probably push it out pretty far. I haven't ran the whole model. And, you know, Houston will be cold. Dallas will be freezing. It'll be super cold up there. And, I mean, the majority of the, Texas will be extremely cold. And, 9 degrees for Lubbock. And, it could get even colder than that. And it stays cold. I mean, geez, wait, this is on Tuesday, and it's still cold. I mean, yeah, for the northern people, y'all are probably saying, this ain't cold, but for down here in Texas, that's pretty cold. But, obviously it's not going to just affect Texas. It's going to be all over the country. I mean, snap, it's quite literally affecting coast to coast. I mean, you got parts of California, being affected all the way to, Maine, Maine always is cold, but it's crazy right now. And then you have this weird cold area, which is where the snowstorm is going to be at this exact time. And, it's just in the negatives absolutely everywhere. And, actually, I'm not going to do that because it'll show y'all where I kind of am. But let's check this weather model app, and I'll show y'all GFS. And I bet you it looks ever so crazy. Wow, that sounded wrong. It'll look completely different. So different apps will show you different things, or websites, or whatever you're using. So, I mean, honestly, it's crazy. So let's go here, GFS, United States. Well, I guess we'll do. Hold on, gotta be more reasonable here. No. Oh man, is there any with Texas? Come on, you guys. East Coast, Okay, I guess not. So I guess we'll have to do Texas by itself. Okay, so this is the precipitation type. Now, this will look completely different because it's a different app, so it'll kind of look blocky and like pixelated kind of. So, as I'm running this through, this is a rainstorm that we're supposed to be having. Wednesday through Thursday, we're supposed to get a bit of rain. Now, the actual cold front, this is on Friday. This is where it really starts to hit. And you can immediately tell that it's going to be crazy for this weather model, and it'll be, ice everywhere and, just a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, this is frozen ice. Yeah. Okay, so this pink right here is frozen, and then ice, which is the orange. And it kind of looks weird, but it's kind of mixed up. So, for some reason, this specific website like kind of blends everything together, so it's like it gives you like an equal chance of everything. Now this one lasts. It looks like it lasts a lot longer. So we'll go to, if they have it. This is good enough. So here's this isn't total, but this is still, this might be total. Yeah, this is total. Okay. So this will be for the snowfall. Now, for some reason, the snowfall does not look anywhere near the same, for some odd reason. But you can tell, is this another winter storm apparently behind this one? But, this is actually how the actual GFS is starting to look. I mean, you have this really thin band of heavy, heavy snow. So Dallas could be getting up to a foot or less, kind of depending on where you are. And, almost 3 feet here, really just in this area right here. You have a few little spots here where the snow will be just absolutely, drastic for Texas. I mean, almost up to 3 feet of snow for parts of Texas. And this entire, purple to red to even, like a weird shade of blue. I mean, that's almost, that's a foot and above right there. So, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, this is definitely going to be a heavy snowstorm. Let me go to the GFS and then let me show you the snowfall totals. So this is just snow. This isn't anything else. This is just straight snow. Now you can tell that there's definitely some areas with very, very heavy snow, but you can tell that it's just in such a thin band. I mean, this is shifted southward more than north, which is kind of weird because usually they shift more north. But a few model runs ago, this was showing way up here, and it was not showing anywhere near, down south. And this wasn't here earlier. This is about 3 feet of snow, which is just absolutely crazy. Now let me go to freezing rain, which is going to be a little bit mixed up. It's going to look a little weird compared to, see, this is weird. I mean, it doesn't look anywhere near right. But if this is 100% going to change. But you can tell there's an area with almost 3 inches of ice for Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia. Even the East Coast could get almost like a little bit more than an inch, or a little bit less than an inch, or even half an inch. I mean, this is catastrophic right here. I mean, this is more than 2 inches. Now this would change. I mean, this was the last model run. I mean, yeah, completely different setup. Still a lot of snow though. I mean, not snow, ice. Still catastrophic ice totals all the way down to, even Houston could get a bunch of ice. I mean, that's half an inch over there, an inch over there, almost 2 inches right here. I mean, it's just crazy. Now, this is snow dip, so this is kind of like a blend of all of them. So you can tell that this is definitely a lot different, but it still shows that thin, heavy snow band. So this is kind of like a mixed thing. This will definitely change. I don't really know how accurate this is, but I'll be making a video around I think 3 a.m. or something on this specific snowstorm. Let's get on to the European models, which shows a completely different setup. And this model run actually just finished. So this is a brand new model run. I haven't even seen it yet. And I mean, just completely different storm setup. I mean, geez Louise. I mean, you got a pretty heavy band of ice right there. I mean, it's kind of mixed all up north and then it thins out towards south, but you'll still get some ice down south. So this one is showing the cold front will be just a little bit too slow, and the moisture won't be as heavy. So it'll show less of that ice accumulation. I mean, shoot. I mean, the ice accumulation has shifted from Texas more toward Tennessee, where, really, really heavy ice accumulation. And even dots in Louisiana all the way up to Tennessee. I mean, that's just heavy, heavy ice right there. And definitely a thicker snow band for much of the U.S. So this is definitely going to be, if this does happen like this will be a catastrophic snow and ice storm for, a bunch of the states, probably like 25 to 30 states. Sadly, I cannot show y'all the ice option because I have to pay for it, and I'm not finna pay for it. I'm not trying to do that. So this model run is also showing heavy snow. This is more of an Oklahoma area, and it doesn't show as much south as the GFS does, and the GFS is just so thin of, a snow band. I mean, this is probably a little bit more accurate for snow. Maybe the snow will be a little bit further down south, close to like Tyler, Texas or something, or Nacogdoches, or north of Huntsville. But obviously, I mean, Huntsville's like way down here, so it'd probably be like more up here. So definitely some crazy weather setups. I mean, just absolutely wild. I want to look at some temperatures, see what the temperatures are looking like. So this one is showing less cold for Texas. I mean, not really. I mean, it's showing the negatives, but it looks less powerful as the GFS. I mean, this is completely different from the GFS. I'm also going to show y'all the rain that Texas could be getting Wednesday through Thursday, because we're supposed to be getting some rainfall tomorrow. So, this is not rainfall. And there we go. So this one is showing, some scattered rainstorms, a few thunderstorms here and there, and then they all kind of disappear. Now, there isn't supposed to be much of a cold front during these storms. It's just kind of a moisture thing. It'll actually be hotter on these days, and the lows will be completely different. So, yeah. Let's check that humidity level. So, yeah, I mean, you can really tell that there's humidity pumping because it's kind of coming from everywhere. I mean, if you look at the Gulf of Mexico, I mean, you just see it pumping north. I mean, 99% humidity. And we were just at the super dry area, where fires could be more common to get worse and stuff. So, this will definitely be interesting. So hopefully our moisture can stay up. That'd be good. But yeah, just a lot happening with this weekend, and just absolutely crazy ice and snowstorms that are supposed to be happening, and they should be issuing another winter storm watch further down south by Thursday. And let me show you all this last thing before I go. Let's see here. So this will be showing a little bit into the future. It usually shows a lot further, but I guess not. I guess this is a rapid update. I don't really know. So yeah, these are a little bit different, but definitely nothing too crazy. The Great Lakes are still pumping out some snow, just not as much. These will be more like low level storms, so they won't be as prominent to a satellite as they usually do. And this weather statement's for very cold temperatures, below zero. Oh yeah, wind chills. That's what I forgot to show you. So the wind chills are going to be extremely, extremely cold for, 90% of the southern states. I mean, holy crap. I mean, almost the negatives for Houston. I mean, that's just crazy. And it sticks around. I mean, it doesn't just leave immediately. I mean, it sticks around for a little bit. I mean, holy crap. I mean, the feel like temperatures for freaking up north. I mean, got negative 32, and you did just a bunch of areas in the negatives up there. Just absolutely crazy. And it'll be cold for sure. You know, it'll be really cold. Like -15 for parts of Texas into, Dallas, which is absolutely ballistic. I mean, I just cannot deal with that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If y'all enjoyed this video, hopefully I'll be posting every day until the storm shows up, and then I'll be doing my own thing. But yeah, guys, hopefully I'll be able to get 50 subscribers by the end of this week, and or by this weekend, so I can live stream it. And yeah, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.